The syllabus is first we'll cover in this class, we'll cover HTML introduction. Okay. And then we'll go to styles. So don't worry about this name conversion and all. We will look into it whenever we go to those classes. But I'm telling the overall picture of this syllabus. First one is introduction and box model, and then selectors, and then we'll go to combinators. Okay. So there's some method called flex, grid, and media queries. So in this section, we'll learn how to build mobile websites and then we will jump into JS part again. We'll combine both HTML and JavaScript. Okay, so in the unit one, you have learned only JS, right? Basics of JS. So until this part, we will learn entire HTML. And after that, we will combine both HTML and JavaScript and build some websites. Okay, so this is the overall syllabus, means overall headings of the syllabus. So you have so many subheadings below this. So I will be giving you notes regarding all these headings, means all these topics and all. And regarding content, so what are the content you will get? So the first content is you will get a pre-class video along with pre-class notes. So how many of you watched today's pre-class video and notes? Yeah. So you'll get the same content every day. Every day before day you will get 8 p.m. For tomorrow you will get today at 8 p.m. Okay. So first one is you'll get pre-class videos plus pre-class notes. Okay. So if you're watching these two things perfectly, then you will get live class very easily. Then you're able to grasp concepts very easily in live class. Okay. The main agenda of pre-class is you will grasp the concepts very easily and very fast. Okay. So the pre-class video will be around 20 to 25 minutes. Okay. And pre-class notes will be around 15 minutes of reading time. Okay. So you need to allot some time for this. So for pre-class videos, you need to allot from 2 p.m. So from 2 p.m. you should not do anything. So just watch the pre-class video and pre-class notes. If you're having time before, you can also do that. But you should allot 2 p.m. from 2 p.m. every day. You should allot time for pre-class videos. I'll also remind you every day to watch this pre-class video. That is not an issue. But make a reminder by yourself saying that I should watch the pre-class video and I should also read the notes. Okay. This will help you very much during your coursework, entire coursework. Not only this unit, for the upcoming units also. And then related to the video, I will release a quiz of 10 questions so that you can test your knowledge, right? So today I given some 9 or 10 questions, I guess. So how many of you solved that and what are the marks you got? So if you're getting around 70 or 80%, then that is very good. Okay. So pre-class quiz will be purely based on these pre-class videos. So don't solve this quiz before watching the video or notes. Yeah, 12 questions. Okay. Guys, one more thing I wanted to tell. So don't relate everything with the evaluations and everything with the end result. Okay. So don't ask me if I don't solve this quiz, I don't go to next unit. If I don't solve this quiz, my unit marks will be gone. This is not a college, right? So you should not worry about your result. Okay. Worry about your path. Only concentrate on your coursework, on your knowledge. Okay. So don't worry about results and the end result. Just concentrate on the procedure or process of it. And you will get evaluations. So in live session, you will get live class plus V session. So V session means I think you did in unit 1, right? V session solving along with the lecturer or instructor. Yeah, IW. And I'll also release some assignments. So assignments will be released daily at 5 p.m. Okay. So you will get around 2 to 3 questions apart from V session. And every Monday, you will have evaluations on whatever things what was taught on that day, on that sprint. Suppose if for next evaluation on Monday, you will get whatever things we learned from Tuesday to Friday. Clear about this content? Any doubts in the content? Cool. So as I told, pre-class video, I will release before one day at 8 p.m. and duration will be less than 30 minutes only. And I'm also telling the importance here. So it will give you some idea to learn what you're learning in next session, and it will allow you to grasp the concept very quickly. Okay. And also it will allow us to solve more examples rather than teaching the theory part again. Okay. So this is not theoretical knowledge, right? Web development is something you need to build. So in live session, so we can build some more examples if you're watching pre-class very carefully. Okay. So make sure you're watching pre-class videos before attending live session every day. So every day from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. you should not do anything else other than pre-class videos. Is this clear, everyone? Every day from 2 to 3 p.m. you should not do anything else. Okay. Only watch pre-class video of the current day. Cool. So next pre-class notes. So if you watch today's pre-class notes, so I think it will solve most of your doubts. I think your skeleton session will end at 1:15, right? Your skeleton session will end at 1:15. Am I right? Okay, around 1:25 or 1:30. So is half an hour not enough for you to take lunch? Assignment. No, you can give 1:30 to 2 as lunch break. Don't do any assignment during that time. You can solve assignments in the evening time also, right? You have to submit 2 p.m. Okay, I'll talk to team once. I will talk to team. So no, I'll talk to them. Then I will increase the deadline. So I will talk to the team. So don't worry. Okay. So pre-class notes will be given. So this notes will help you during division time also. Okay. So make sure you're watching notes also along with video. So notes will have some pictures along with the given content. Okay. So it will be very interactive notes also. So you will like the notes if you read it daily. And pre-class quiz was already told it will have some 10 to 15 questions and it will be at 2 p.m. So you can do that. And live session. This is very important. So every day will start at 3 p.m. So I will start the link at 2:50 p.m. and you can enjoy some music for 10 minutes and then we'll start at 3 p.m. So each and everyone should come on time, because if you're missing even 1 minute, then you will miss the entire class. So don't miss even 1 or 5 minutes of your class. So you will not able to catch the concept very quickly if you're missing some basic concepts initially. Okay. So be on time every day at 2:50 p.m. or before 3 p.m. Okay. And assignments, as I told, it will be at 5 p.m. So it will have 2 to 3 questions. Okay. And one more thing is, don't take pressure on solving all the assignments. So what is the assignment percentage for you in unit 1? What is your assignment percentage in unit 1? 80, 90. You might have get some idea, not the exact figure. So tell me the rough figure. You have solved assignments, right? So what is the assignment percentage you solved? Around 80? Okay. So in unit 1, I guess most of you are solving 80 to 90% of assignments, but this will not be the case from unit 2 onwards. Okay. So if you're solving 60% in unit 2, it is more than enough. Okay. 60% or 65%, 70% is equal to 100% of unit 1. So don't take much pressure on solving all the assignments at once, and don't tell me that assignments are very large. Those assignments are given to build you some, to give you some understanding regarding the real-time examples. It is not getting tougher, so it will take some time to solve assignments. Unit 1, I think you are solving only on OJ, right? You're just implementing the things. You're not building anything, right? So in OJ, it will not take much time. So your test cases and you will run the test cases. But while building some websites, it will take some time initially. Okay, so give yourself some time. So don't tell that we are getting so much assignments and we're not able to solve. I'm not expecting 100% assignment solving rate. If I'm giving 2 to 3 questions every day, I expect at least 2 questions to solve, not 3. Okay, so this is the agenda. So don't worry about the assignment percentage rate and all. If you're doing good and if you're understanding everything and if you're able to solve 2 to 3 assignments, it is more than enough. Don't worry about assignment percentage and evaluation score and all. Only worry about your improvement, whether you're improving from the day 1 to day 2, from day 2 to day 3, so on. Understood? So this is your mind. This is my mindset from unit 2. So in unit 1, you will have separate mindset because you're getting used to the coding. But from unit 2, you should change your mindset a bit. Don't expect that I should solve 100% assignments. It will not happen in one day. Okay. Someone is telling I have OCD regarding completion. No, don't do that because it will increase your pressure. Means it will increase some tension around you. So don't do that. Understood? So assignments are given so to help you understand the concept very quickly. So don't worry about the assignment solving rate during this entire unit. Not only this unit, from the next unit also. And coming to do's and don'ts. Okay. So I think you got enough instructions from Scrum or from your IA or your EC. So don't involve any type of plagiarism. Right. So if you are involving any type of plagiarism, so what will happen? Whether if you are copying code from someone in evaluations, so it will pass you in that evaluation. But at the end, you should go to interviews for someone. Only yourself will go, right? Your friend will not come along with you. Understood? So don't involve any type of plagiarism. So whether you're not able to solve, we will help you. But if you are plagiarizing something, we can't help you. If you're not able to solve for one month, 2 months, 3 months, we can help you. But until and unless you have the enthusiasm to be in Masai course, we will be keep on helping you. But don't involve any type of plagiarism or copying from your friends. And don't join any WhatsApp groups or any social media groups. So I think most of you are very active in the initial stage and will form some WhatsApp groups, right? So don't form any WhatsApp groups. So whatever communication you have, so keep it in Slack only. Because I saw so many students are getting terminated because of their active in WhatsApp groups during evaluations or posting some comments or someone. Okay, so don't join any WhatsApp groups. If you're already joined, then exit from it. So don't encourage these WhatsApp groups because it will lead to termination. There will be cases that you don't know. So please don't join any group. And always use Slack channel. Don't use anything other than Slack channel during evaluation. And don't miss any messages from Slack channel. So whatever we are communicating is to Slack channel, right? So make sure you're active on Slack channel every day. So whatever message you're getting from Masai team, so you should be very active in that Slack channel. Yeah, you'll get IA support same as unit 1. So I think mapping is not done yet. So it will done by end of the day. So don't worry. You'll get IAS same. The support will be same. Whatever you have in unit 1, the same support system you will have. Everyday stand-ups and all those things will be common. Clear about this introduction of Web 101. So keep all the things which I told until now, because these are very important things you should not forget through the entire coursework, not only this unit. Cool. Now let's start our HTML introduction. I'll share my screen. I'll keep large screen 1 second. Okay. Is my screen visible, everyone? Introduce about yourself. I think most of you know me. Means most of you have listened to me at least. Where did you listen me? Means where did you listen my voice or my lecture somewhere? Not pre-class. Yeah, some of you might seen me in boot camps. Yeah, input taking video. Yeah, you might have got input taking video, right? In unit 1. Not free class, it is pre-class. Pre. GeoSavan bootcamp. Okay, cool. So let's start HTML. So this guy, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, has invented HTML. So he has so much of time, Abhishek, he can do this slowly. So every day we'll have some limited time. So we'll have so much time to do all those things. So we'll do that slowly. Okay. So HTML was introduced by Sir Tim Berners-Lee in the year 1991. Okay. So what they used to do before introducing this HTML is they used to send their documents through some emails or documents via emails. Before HTML was introduced, these people, these are some scientists, they used to send their documents via email or via some text documents. Is my screen visible fully? Yeah. Okay. So then they thought of building something where they can share their project work. So then they got introduced to this HTML. So initially HTML is very basic thing. So they don't know when they invented this, they don't know that HTML will have this much of popularity in the future. But initially they built it for own personal purpose. Okay. So HTML will do the same things as Microsoft Docs, right? So everyone know what is MS Office, MS Docs, right? You might have used in childhood or in a school days. So why it become very popular than MS Docs? So because it is very user friendly, so HTML is very user friendly. You can learn this language. This is not a language. So most of you think that HTML is a language, but it's not a language. So you can easily learn HTML in few days. Okay. So you will get to know from the end of next week how to learn all these things. And it is very lightweight for any website. It won't take much space or it won't take much bandwidth. And it's very easy to integrate with all the browsers. Okay, so whatever browser you have, so it is very easy to integrate with all the browsers. So and then as I told, HTML is not a programming language. Okay, so why it is not a programming language? Can anyone tell me? So in what is the programming means? What can you do in programming language? What did you do in your JS in unit 1? Yeah, it cannot perform mathematical operations. So if you tell HTML do 2 plus 3, okay, it won't return any answer like 5. It will just return 2 plus 3 again. Okay, it is not a programming language. It can't handle mathematical operations or any operations which you did in JS. It is just a that can calculate and all that. It is just a markup language. Markup in the sense whatever you write, it will directly give it in the same format whatever you written. So HTML is not a programming language. So most of you might think that is one of the programming language. So it is not a programming language. So now in this unit, you will learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You already learned basics of JavaScript, but we'll see what is the difference between these three things. Why we need to learn all these three things. Okay. Did you see this movie Robo? Rajinikanth Robo? Chitti. Yeah. So when they are building this robo structure or robo, so what he did initially? Initially, what he did? He built some structure, right? Initially, he didn't keep his own face and all, right? Initially, he built some structure, right? Basic structure, like what robo will have, what all things like head and 2 legs and 2 hands, all those things. So whatever we built initially, the basic structure or content, it is called as HTML, the skeleton part of a website. And whenever we add some styling to it, so whenever he adds some dress or whenever he attached his own face to the robot, it is known as styling. That is adding some CSS or styling to the page. And whenever he adds some functionalities to it, like dancing, like driving a car, and all those things, that is known as functionality, right? So there is a difference between these three things. Suppose if you see this car, so suppose you have a car company, you're building some cars. So initially, what will you do? You will build the basic structure, right? Like this. This is the basic structure of car, like the overall structure, like mechanical parts, right? This is known as HTML. And when you add some coloring and add some paints or add some tire colors to it, then that is known as styling your page or styling your car. And what is the functionality, various functionalities of car? What are the various functionalities of car? Yeah, motor, engine, braking system, and then clutch system. All those things will come under JavaScript. So whatever functionality is there in your website, it will come under JavaScript. If you take one more example, so if you see, this is some black and white image, right? The first image, the first box here. So this is some black and white image with some gray colors and all. This is built using only HTML. When you add CSS to it, that is when you add styling to it, so this will come a little bit colorful, like a blue background for this button, and then blue background for this article, and some coloring to this entire part. But when you want to click on this read more, you should go to one more page or you should read more, right? So you can't do that only with HTML, CSS. So for that, you need to add JS to it. Whenever you add JS to it, so you can click on this read more button. Understood the difference between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Basic difference. Even if you take some human structure, so the skeleton is HTML and CSS is, what is CSS in human structure? Dress, goggles, all those things, right? And what is JavaScript in your human body? Brain, functionality of all your body, right? Basically brain. Yeah. So you can relate to so many things. The difference between these two things, you can relate to so many things. You will also see some memes around this in, if you search in Google, if you also see so many memes around this HTML versus CSS. Okay. But these are the very basic difference between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll try to see how we can work on the HTML. Before going there, did everyone install VS Code in your system? Okay, I will tell how to install also. So I gave you one link, right? VS Code download. So go to that. And if you're using Windows, so you can download this. You can click on this Windows and download it. It will be downloaded. If you're using Mac, you can click on it. It will download automatically. And after downloading, you can install, you can click next, 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 so many next, and then it will get installed. Okay. So now let's open this VS Code. So I already gave this link in Slack. So please check if you're not installed it. So now whenever you install VS Code, whenever you click open, so it will open something like this. Okay, this is another file. Let me open a new window. Yeah. So whenever you open a VS Code, it will look something like this. You will not have any reason, because if you're opening for the first tab, you can't see this recent tab here. You can only see this. So you can see here a new file, open and clone repository something. So ignore about that. So now what do we want? Yeah, I muted for 1 second. So sorry for that. So first of all, what you can do is, so create one folder. So either somewhere in desktop, create a folder known as Web20, or you can create, I'll create Web20 101. Okay, this means Web20 Web 101. So now I want to open this folder with VS Code. So how can I do that? So just go to File, and can you see Open Folder here? Or you can directly click on Open here. It is like Open Folder. So click on File, Open Folder. Sorry. Click on File, Open Folder, and go to your desktop and click on the file folder which you have created, Web20 101. Now click on Open. So now you can see you are in Web20 101 folder. Can you see this? The folder here, Web20 101. Clear this step, everyone? I given these steps in notes also. Suppose you are not clear, you can check out notes also after your class. I given all the steps in notes if you have already watched this. I'm repeating again, so this is very important. So create one folder on desktop, Web20 101 or whatever name you want, and then click on VS Code and new window. You can create a new window, and then you can open a folder with this. So you can click on either go to File and Open Folder. So you want to open folder in the desktop. So click on Desktop, Web20 101 and open. So this will open a new file, open a folder which is Web20 101. So now you can create files inside this folder. Okay. So what is the extension for VS Code? What is the extension for HTML file basically? For JS, what is the extension you're using in unit 1? For JS part, what is the extension? .js, right? For HTML, what is the extension? .html. Okay. So now if you scroll on this, can you see these two plus symbols here? Can you see these two plus symbols here? Okay. So this is for creating a file. Can you see new file? When I'm hovering on it, you're seeing a new file, and I'm seeing a new folder here. So you can either create a new file or you can create a new folder. If I create a new folder, what will happen? A new folder will be created. So if I click on new folder, so I will write day 1. So inside of Web20 101 channel, how many folders I have now? Day 1 folder, right? So if I go to desktop and if I open this, so can see the folder here, day 1. We are creating this folder from VS Code directly. Okay. Now inside day 1, I want to create a file. So you can right click on it and click on this new file. Can you see the new file here? If you right click on day 1, you can see something called as new file. So I will write new file, and I will write something known as intro.html. HTML means what we are telling, that we want HTML file. If you write JS, what will you get? JS file. If you write HTML, you will get HTML file. Understood how to create a file? So all these steps are also provided in notes. So please go to notes also once if you get stuck at some point. So I already given you notes, the same notes in PDF format. So all these steps are given in this notes. If you stuck anywhere while doing assignments, you can refer to these notes. Cool. So now I made my first HTML file. So I will write my first code now in HTML. So what I will do is I will tell welcome to Web 101 course. So whenever you are opening HTML file, where should you see the output? In REPL in JS, you are seeing output in console, right? Or in shell. So in HTML, where should you see the output? Browser, right? Any browser. So how to open in browser now? So we know we're going to see in the browser how to open in browser. Okay. So if you right click on this intro, can you see something known as copy path here? Can you see something known as copy path? Can you see this copy path? So copy path in the sense it will copy the file path. Okay. So I'm copying the path and I will go to Chrome or something and I will paste it here. So did you see the path here? So I am in desktop folder, desktop, web 20101, day one, intro.html. Now if I click on enter, so can you see the output here, whatever we written in the VS Code, can you see it here? I'm zooming a bit. Can you see that? Whatever we have written in HTML in this file, I'll keep it both side by side so that we can look both at once. So whatever you written here, can you see that in this browser now? Everyone? Guys, one more thing I want to tell. So be active in class. So respond to my questions because this 3 p.m. is very odd timing, right? So you'll get sleep very easily. If you're not responding, then there are high chances that you'll fall asleep without knowing. Okay. So be active in class so that it will get more interesting and it will give me more understanding on who's understanding on it. Okay. Even if you're active and even if you're getting sleep, then stand up and listen to the class. Like don't sit and listen to the class. Don't sit in bed or something. Sit on chair or stand up and listen to the class. Okay. Because this 3 p.m. is very odd timing. I know that after having some lunch, you'll go get to this class. So it is very obvious that you'll get sleep. So these are some tips that will help you not to sleep. Okay. Cool. You can't write in the browser. How can you write in the browser? You can't write in the browser. But suppose if I want to give some color or suppose if I write one more line. Okay. So FT web 20. So now if I want to see this in the browser, so I'm saving it. So if I want to see this in the browser, suppose if I'm typing in after 3-4 lines, if I refresh it, so can you see it is getting side by side, right? You're not getting after 3-4 lines or you're not getting any space. You're not able to customize whatever things you're writing here, right? It is just displaying the text, whatever you're typing here. You're not able to customize anything. Am I right? So in order to customize these things, so you need to have some template for HTML. Okay. To customize these things, you cannot write directly in this HTML. So you need to have some template. What do you mean by template? So if you have seen input taking one video, so did you guys got a template regarding that input taking one? DSA? Yeah, boilerplate. That is known as template, right? Template or boilerplate, both are same. Yeah. So you need to write some tags. You need to give some tag names to this and you need to start your coding. Okay. So I will write some tag names. I will write the template now. So what is the first tag you need to write whenever you're starting HTML file? First, you need to tell that it is HTML. So I will write HTML, close it. So it is, what is this? This is opening tag. This is closing tag. So what is the difference between opening and closing tag? Can you tell me? What is the difference between these two tags? Can you see any difference? For closing tag, there is something called as forward slash, right? At the starting. Yeah. So this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. So this entire thing is known as tag, right? This entire thing is known as one tag, or we also call that as element. So if you have learned chemistry, so what is everything in the universe made up of? Matter, carbon, atoms, right? So everything in the universe is made up of small atoms. So in the similar fashion, everything in HTML is made up of small tags or small elements. We can take down one large websites into one single element. Okay, everything in the website is made up of so many elements, or in chemistry case, it is atoms. Okay, so this is known as a tag or an element. So inside this, so HTML is same like a human structure. So it will have a head tag and it will also have a body tag. It is same like a human structure. So it will have HTML head tag and it will also have a body tag. Suppose if you see any website, these 4 tags will be common. So what are 3 tags here? What are the 3 tags we saw? One is HTML tag, second one is head tag and body tag. If you see any website, suppose if I open Masai School website. Okay. So let's open Masai School. To see any website code or any website structure, you can right click on it and click on page source. I think you learned this in unit 1, right? Changing the price of Amazon or something. I think you learned this in unit 1. Yeah. So I can click on inspect. I will make it, yeah, okay. So I will drag it upside down. So can you see? So do you see any tag like HTML head and body in this case? Do you see HTML here? So can you see entire code is inside which tag? HTML, right? So can you see this is the opening tag of HTML and this is the closing tag of HTML. Can you see that? And inside HTML, what are the 2 tags you have? You have a head tag here and you also have a body tag, right? 2 tags. So it is the same structure what we have written here, HTML, head and body. Understood? This is the basic structure of any HTML document, any website which is built on HTML. Clear until this part, everyone? So now I told, right, what is HTML made up of? Small. What is HTML made up of? Elements or tags, right? So let's see one element here. Where is this? Yeah. So if you see this, is this one type of element? The tag name is different, but can you see this one type of element, right? So it consists of a start tag and a end tag. So I will tell what is H1 and all, but it consists of a start tag and the end tag. And whatever we write in between this start tag and end tag, what is this called? This is called as content, right? Can I call that as content, text content or something? Right. So now inside body, I will write inside head, I will write some text now, some tag now. So I'm refreshing. So nothing is there because we didn't write anything, right? Just the basic structure we wrote. Now inside head tag, I will write something known as title. So what is title called? This is one type of tag, right? Tag or element. Okay. I will write title and I will write FT web 20. Now tell me where is this FT web 20 visible in my browser when I refresh my page? Can you see somewhere this FT web 20 popping up in your browser? Can you see this tab name FT web 20? Everyone? Yeah. So if I change something FT web 20 web 101. So I can see if I refresh my page, you can see the same things. FT web 20 web 101. So what is this title called here? It is a tag, right? This title is defining your page of title of your page. So what is my title of my page? FT web 20 web 101. So can you tell me what's the title of Masai School now? So can you tell this Masai School, the coding school that cares about you, is the title? It is title, right? Let's see whether it is there or not. So I'll go to inspect and I will go to where my title is present, inside which tag my title is present. Inside which tag my title is present? Inside header tag, right? So I'll open my header tag and can you see something known as title here? So ignore other tags, but search for the title. So where is this title? Upside. I missed it then. Where is this title? Yeah. Can you see the title here? Everyone? Masai School, the coding school that cares about you. Okay. So whatever you write inside this title tag, it will be visible on your tab. All right. Cool. So now nothing is visible in your browser, right? So you wrote nothing, so nothing is visible in the browser. So to make some content visible in the browser, you need to write something in this body tag. Suppose if I write welcome to web 101. If I refresh it, so I can see the same things in my browser. So whatever you write inside this body tag, it will be visible on the browser. But I told you, right? We can't write directly the content like this. We need to write in some tags, right? So now we will see different types of tags which we have in your HTML. So let's jump into the tag names. So this is the basic tree structure I told you, right? So HTML will consist of head and a body, and we'll see what all tags in body we will have. Okay. So first we'll see something known as HTML paragraph. So generally, where did you see paragraphs anywhere, or did you write some paragraphs in your childhood or during essay writings or during your examinations? You should write some paragraphs, right? So paragraphs are nothing but some kind of text. Do you agree with that? Some kind of text. So how to write paragraphs in HTML? So what is the tag name? So for writing title, I wrote this title tag name. For writing paragraphs, what is the tag name for that? Okay. So there is something known as P. P in the sense, what is P here? P is nothing but a paragraph. So I'll write paragraph. So do you know how to comment in JS file? What will you use for commenting a line in JS? We'll use control/, right? So in the similar fashion, you can do select all the line and do control/. Okay. Select the entire line and do control/. It will comment out your HTML code also. Understood? So for commenting, it is control+/. So now I will write some paragraph here. So if I comment out, will this be visible on the browser? Will this be visible on the browser? No, right? If I refresh, so nothing is visible. Now I'll write something here. Welcome to web 101. So if I refresh, so can you see? You're getting some kind of text here. This is known as paragraph. Understood? Suppose if you visit Masai website, so can you see paragraphs anywhere in this Masai School website? Is this a kind of paragraph? This one also one kind of paragraph, right? So if you see this, this is also one kind of paragraph, right? Okay. And this is also one kind of paragraph. So you can see so many paragraphs in Masai School website itself. So this is also one kind of paragraph, and this is also one kind of paragraphs and all those things. Okay. So you can use paragraphs very much. It is very much useful while building some websites. Clear about these paragraphs, everyone? Cool. So next we'll see, so I'll export this. So next is something known as headings. Okay. So while discussing paragraphs, did you tell paragraphs or paragraph? Only singular, right? So how many paragraphs we have in HTML? Only single paragraph. So now I'm telling headings. So can I have multiple headings or only single heading? I can have multiple headings, right? So headings will be basically from H1 to H6. H represents heading here. So we can have from H1 to H6. So 6 headings. Suppose if I write H1 and I will write I am heading 1. So if I refresh the page, can you see the difference between paragraph and a heading now? What is the difference between paragraph and a heading? So heading has some larger text size and it has some bolder text. Paragraph doesn't have larger text and bolder text, right? So it has some difference from the paragraphs. Suppose if I write H2, I am heading 2. Now if I refresh, is there any difference between heading 1 and heading 2? Heading 2 is more larger or heading 1 is more larger? Which one is larger among these two? Heading 1, right? If I write heading 3, so can you guess what will happen now? Is it smaller than heading 2 or larger than heading 2? It is smaller, right? So which has highest priority now among H1 to H6? Which has highest priority? Highest heading size or not priority? Highest font size and all those things. Which has the highest one among all those things? H1, right? Which has the least size? H6. So can you see? H6 is smaller than your paragraph also. Can you see that? Can you see the difference here? It is smaller than your paragraph also. So you'll see the use case of this when we are building some websites. Suppose if you see Masai School website. So can you tell this is a heading, one kind of heading? Right? And this is also heading, right? Some heading with bolder text and larger font size. And this is also one kind of heading, ready to realize your career potential. And this is also one kind of headings. So can you use paragraph in this case at this place? You can't use paragraphs, right? You should only use headings. And you can't use headings at this place, right? You should only use paragraphs. So you get the difference now between headings and a paragraph. So this is also one kind of heading, H2 or something. So all these places we can use these headings very much. Okay, for giving some heading to the paragraph or giving some heading to any content. Clear, everyone? You can't use more than 6 headings. You can't have something like H7. Okay, so it should be until H6 only. Even if you're at H7, it will work because HTML is very user friendly. It will not give you any errors. Okay, even if you write H7, it will work, but it will not get the desired output. You will not get the desired output. Clear? So this H7 is like lighting in a plain text. So can you see any difference now? Can you see any difference? No difference, right? Because it's just ignoring the H7 because H7 doesn't have anything in syntax. So it's just ignoring and taking it as a plain text. So HTML doesn't throw any errors. So you should be very careful while writing HTML tags. Clear, everyone, until these heading parts, everyone, paragraphs and headings. You can't simply write H also. We can't write H like this. Okay, it should be H1, H2, H3, still H6. You can't know the error. HTML won't throw you any error. So you should be very careful while writing these tag names. Yeah, even if you do mistakes, it will print simply. I told you, right? It is not a logical language. It's not a programming language. It's just a markup language. So whatever you write, it will print blindly. So next we'll see something known as attributes. So I guess most of you have some smartphones. So what are the specifications or what are the additional things your smartphone has? Basic things are SIM card, and then telecom, all these things. What are the additional things your smartphone has? Face unlock, okay. Sensors, okay. Camera, fingerprint sensor, okay. 12 GB RAM, yes. Drone camera. What is drone camera? Pop-up camera, yes. One additional feature. Battery, gyroscope sensor, side mounted fingerprint display. Yeah. So all these things are additional features, right? All these things are additional features, not the basic features. You will not get this in basic phones, right? If you give some extra money, you'll get some additional features. What do you mean by attribute? General English meaning? Attribute. Characteristics, features. Yeah. Basically, attribute means some features. Okay. So like your phone has some additional features. In the same fashion, every HTML tag will have some attributes, additional attributes to make it more powerful. Every HTML tag will have some additional attributes which will make the tags more powerful. So we'll see some kind of attributes now. So we saw what's attributes, and we'll see where to write attributes and how to catch the attributes and how to write these attributes. So initially you'll see what do you mean by anchor tag before that. So what do you mean by anchor basically? What do you mean by anchor? Not TV anchor. So did you see this somewhere while going to shipping or while going to beach? Can you see this anchor here, black anchor? So what does it do? It will connect your shore with your ship, right? It will connect your shore with the ship. It will not allow the ship to move to somewhere else. Am I right? It will stop the ship or connect the ships to the shore every time. It will not allow to move anywhere. You have to hold anchor. So similarly, we have an anchor tag in HTML. So what does this anchor tag will do? It will connect two or more websites. Suppose if I go to Masai School, if I click on login, so am I staying the same page or moving to different page? Am I staying the same page or going to different page here? Different page, right? This is different URL. Can you see this? ss4.masai school. This is Masai School only. So you can use anchor tags at this place whenever you want to move to different pages. Okay. So let's see how this syntax will look like. So can you tell me what is the syntax? What is the tag name for anchor tag? If you watch the pre-class, then you should know this. It is simply A. What does A means? A means anchor tag. Okay. So now if I write something in this, if I write Masai School. Okay. So now if I refresh my page, so are you getting Masai School here? Now what should I do? So what I want is when I click on this Masai School, I want to go to Masai School website. So what should I do for that? So this is like normal text, right? So you need to provide something for this anchor tag so that you will be redirected to Masai School website whenever you click on this. So for anchor tag, you will have some additional attribute. So what is the attribute I told? What is attribute meaning? Additional features or additional things, right? So we need to give some attributes, and attribute should be given always in the opening tag. This is opening tag, right? This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. Attribute should be given always in the opening tag. Okay. So what is the attribute for anchor tag? I given question around this in quiz also. Href. What is the full form of href? It is known as hyperreference. What do you mean by? So did you see this HTTPS in your websites? Anywhere HTTPS. So what is H mean in this? Hyper, right? So it is telling that you are referring to some hypertext or some link which is having some website. So inside this href, what you need to paste? What you need to keep? You need to keep the URL of your. I want to go to Masai School now. I want to link to Masai School website. So I need to copy the link of Masai School. So where can I get the link of Masai School here from this? So this is the URL of Masai School. If you give it to someone else, will this open in Masai School again? Yes. So what I'll do, I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay. So I'm copying this href and Masai School. Now if I refresh my page, so can you see something different happened here? Before giving any hyper reference, so can you see Masai School has some different color and all those things? Okay, before giving href also, this is like similar p tag, right? It's like a p tag only, nothing more. But when I gave this hyper reference, what happened to this? Can you tell me? It is getting some underline color and then some background color, right? So this is some default styling that they have given to anchor tag. So it will differentiate from other tags, right? If it has no difference from other tags, can you know that it is clickable? So you should know you should have some difference between these two tags, or else you don't know that I should click on this. So now I know that is something is there in this. So if I click on this, so it is taking me to Masai School website. Understood? So this anchor tag can be used to go to any website you want. Suppose if I write one more website here, anchor tag, and I will write google.com, Google. So now I will write href is equal to www.google.com. So now if I refresh my page, I will get google.com. If I click on Google, I think your different URL here, google.co.in. So now if I click on Google, so I will move to Google page now. Understood? Everyone? You can move to whatever website you want by keeping in href. Okay, whatever website you want, you can keep in href. So now if you see this Masai School, if I'm clicking on login, okay, if I'm clicking on login, if I'm clicking on login, is it opening the same page or a new page? Means same tab or new tab? If I'm opening this Masai School, if I click on login, it is opening in new tab, right? But in your application, in our website, if I click on Masai School, is it opening in new tab or same tab? In same tab, right? So you need to go click on back again to get your website. So can we do something like this? If I want to open a new tab, so can I do something for this? So what can I do for this to open a new tab? So there is one more attribute for anchor tag for this. So what is the attribute for anchor tag? Another attribute for anchor tag. So you can have so many attributes for a single tag. So what is the one attribute for anchor tag? Href. So we can have one more attribute known as target. What is target? So target is you're telling where you want to open. So it will have two values. First one is self. If you write self and if I refresh and if I click on Masai School, is there any difference in my output? So what is the default property of target? Even if I don't give target, what is the default property? Self, right? Self means opening in the same page or in the self page. Now if I keep blank, okay, and if I refresh, if I click on Masai School, so what it is doing now? It's opening in a new tab. So what is blank here? Blank means a new page, right? Blank page. So whenever you write target is equal to blank, it will open your website in a new page. Understood? If you write target is equal to self, it is default property. It will open the same page. That is the difference between target blank and target self. Clear? Cool. So let's take 5 minutes of break, and when we come back, we will see some more tags. Okay. So come back by 4:12 p.m. What all we discussed until now? What are the various tags we discussed until now? So there is a P tag, first one. What is the next tag we learned? H1 until how many tags? H6. Okay. Next, what are the tags we learned? We learned anchor tag. That's it. We learned only 3 tags until now for 1 hour. Is it slow or fast? Okay. So guys, please watch P class videos so that you will understand more quickly in live class, so that we can solve more assignment, more evaluation. Sorry, more examples. You can directly type A, means if you directly type P and plus enter, you will get this. So it is a default inbuilt property of VS Code. So it will directly give the tag name. Type P and enter, you'll get P tag. Cool. Now let's jump into one more tag. So we saw this anchor tag, what is attribute and what are those things. And next we'll see something known as in. So did you see this form anywhere in recent times? You saw it in while filling Masai form, right? Masai login page. Yeah. So I'll open this in real website. So if I click on login and sign up, so I'm getting all these things. So what are these? What are these here? So you can see, you are able to type something here, right? So what are these called? Can able to type email, and you're able to type password also. So password, it is masking something. So how can you mask your password? How can you type in this small box? So what is the tag we'll use for this? So there is a tag called as, these are input fields, right? You are giving your inputs. These tags are called as input tags. Okay. Suppose if I write some input, so the syntax is simple input. So one more thing is, so all the tags which you saw until now, everything has some content inside this, right? Content between opening tag and closing tag. So for P tag, we have some content. For H1 tag, we have some content. For H2, for H3 until H6. And for anchor tag also, we have some content, right? But if you see this input tags, does this input tags have any content inside this? Any content I'm asking? It is not content, right? Enter your full name is not a content. If you write something, it is getting disappear. So does this input tags have any content? Like P tag, H1 tag and all those things? No, right? So for this input tag, do you need to write both opening and closing tags like this? Sorry. For this input tag, do you need to write both opening and closing tags like this? There is no content, right? For this, no content for input tags. So is it necessary to write both opening tags and closing tags at the same place? No, right? So I can simply write opening tag is enough for me because I don't have any content. Or also I can use something known as self-closing tag. So I can write something like this. So this is known as self-closing tag. So it is closing by itself. It doesn't have any closing tag. It is closing by itself. Understood? So now if I refresh my page, so can you see some, why it is coming to, why can you, okay. So can you see some box here now? If I write input, can you see some box at this place? So now I'm able to type inside this. Can you see that? I'm able to type whatever I want to type. So a basic input tag is built. Clear? So whenever you write input, so it will take input from the user. So now you can type whatever input you want. But if you see this Masai School website, suppose you can see something like enter your full name, right? So can you see this? So why this is useful for you? So suppose if I have some few more input tags, okay. So I will write input and I will copy this and I will write 2 times. So now as a user, do you know what to, in which input, what you need to fill? As a user, do you know what you need to fill in which input tags? So there are 4 input tags, right? What I need to fill here? I don't have any information regarding that, right? So whether I should type name here or a phone number or a password. So I don't have any information regarding this. So for this, we need to keep something known as placeholder. So there is something attribute known as placeholder. Suppose if I write inside the place, it's a string. So if I write enter name, so if I refresh this, can you see the difference in the input tag now? Now this is the first input tag is telling you to enter your name. Can you see that? This first input tag is telling to enter your name. So can I use placeholder for second input tag also? Placeholder is equal to enter city. So now if I refresh, I will get enter city. So now you know that I need to enter my name here and I need to enter my city here. Right? So it will give more understanding to the user, whoever is filling your forms. Suppose if we don't give this full name heading and if you don't give this placeholder, will you able to type the exact things what we have expected? No, right? Give me 1 second. Okay. So now I will use one more placeholder equal to enter password. So now I will see one more placeholder with enter password. So now the user will know that I need to enter name, I need to enter city, and I need to enter password. So now in this website, while you're entering password, so did you see something known as masking? So this, your password is not visible, right? So how can I achieve this? How can I achieve this in my website? So I want to achieve, so now I'm typing in password, I'm able to see my password, right? But I don't want to see this password, I want to mask it. So for this, there is one more attribute known as type. And if I write type is equal to text. So if I refresh, so can you see any change here previously and now? No, right? So what is the default type for input? What is the default type? It is text. So whenever you're keeping text, are you able to type numbers also? No worries. I'm able to type numbers also, right? Can you see that? So type is equal to text will take both text and numbers. Do you agree with that? Type is equal to text will take both text and also numbers. Suppose now I will keep type is equal to number. So now tell me whether I can type text inside this. If I'm typing text, but I'm not able to type text because Type is number. If I type numbers, I can enter my numbers. Understood? So type is equal to text. You can enter both text and numbers, but type is equal to number. You can enter only numbers. That is the difference. Understood? So there is one more type. Type is equal to password. Okay. Now let's see what this type is getting you. So now if I enter password, so can you see the masking now? You're not able to see the password. So it is masking your password. So whenever you give type is equal to password, it is telling that it is type password. So don't show the password to anyone or user. Clear? There are few more types to it. Suppose if I type is equal to date. Okay. If I refresh my page, can you see a calendar now? So type is equal to date is giving me a calendar now. So there are so many types in documentation. So I can refer to the documentation for additional types, but these are some of the basic types you have. So I gave you some. This red line is coming. Yeah. So I given so many types here. Type is equal to button, checkbox, color, date, email, file, hidden, so many things. So you can type all these types whenever you have free time. Okay. But these are the basic types which we need during our course. Type number, type password, type date, and type text. Default is text. No need to learn everything. So whenever you are getting stuck anywhere, you can refer to the documentation or notes which are given. Okay. Even in evaluations, we can refer to the notes. We will not ask you to by heart all the tag names and all the things in HTML. No one will know all the tags of HTML except the one who built that. Okay. So don't try to by heart anything in HTML or anything in coding also. So you need to refer to the documentation very well. I will tell how to read the documentations and how to search in documentations. So for the first class, no need of that. Clear about this input tag? For now, you can refer to my notes, which I'm giving below your pre-class. So I also tell how to search for additional things in documentation in this week, later in this week, around Friday or Saturday. Cool. So now we have built these headings. So we have built these headings and we built these paragraphs also. And one thing we didn't build until now, what is that? Can you see that? Can you see in this one thing we haven't seen in our website? So what is that? So these images, right? We have not seen how to keep images in our website. So we have Nupul image, Yogesh, Arjun image, all those things. So we don't know how to keep these images. Now we'll see how to keep images in our website. So what is the tag name for image? IMG. Okay. So for image tag, do we have any text content? Like for H1 to H6 or P? For image tag, do we have any text content? No, right? So can you tell that image is also a self-closing tag, similar to input? Okay. So now let's give image a self-closing tag like this. So now if I refresh my page, can you see anything here? No, right? So I will comment out these inputs now. Or if I keep it. So can you see any image here? Why you are not able to see image? I gave image tag, but why I'm not able to see? I need to tell HTML which image I need to display, right? I'm not telling HTML. I just told HTML image. So what is image? I want to keep it now. So for image, we have some additional attribute. What is mean by attribute? Additional property. What is the attribute name for image? It is SRC. What is the full form of SRC? It is nothing but source. Okay. What do you mean by source? General English meaning. Source means providing the link, right? So inside this image SRC, you need to provide the link of the image. So how to get the link of the image from any website? Will you ask the website owner? No, right? So if you right click on the image, can you see something known as copy image address? Not copy image, it is copy image address. Can you see this? Or if I open this in new tab, open image in new tab, can you see a link to it? Masai website images S3 South. So I can either copy this or simply right click on this and copy image address. So now if I paste it here and if I refresh it, can you see Nupul image now? Can you see Nupul image? If I paste Yogesh image now, so I'm copying Yogesh image address and I am pasting instead of Nupul, I am pasting Yogesh image. Okay. So now if I refresh my page, I'm getting Yogesh image. Clear? I will also set another image here. Image SRC is equal to, I will keep Nupul image again, copy image address and paste it. And I will keep one more image and SRC is equal to, and I'm pasting Arjun image now. Okay, so now I will refresh my page. So what is happening here? I pasted, I given 3 images, but I got only 2 images. Why? Syntax wrong. Okay, I'll give correct syntax. But even now I'm getting only 2 images. What happened to my third image? I will maximize this. So I'm getting only 2 images right now. Can you see that? My third image is not there. So what happened? What happened here? So I've deleted this JPJ, right? JPG, right? I deleted this by mistake. Okay, I didn't do this intentionally. But suppose you have like 100 images like this. Suppose by mistakenly you have deleted some links here. So right now we have only 3 images. So you clearly said this Arjun image is missing. So if you have some 100 images, if you are missing some links, can you tell which image is missing? Is it easy for you to tell? If you're having 100 images and if you're miswriting some links, is it easy for you to search for which image you got missed or which image was replaced or displaced? No, right? So for that, there is one more attribute known as, what is the attribute? Known as alt. What is the full form of alt? What is the full form of alt? Alternative. Yes. So now if I write inside alt, I will write Arjun. So now if I refresh, so now can you see Arjun here, Arjun name here? So it is telling image link has broken and the image is Arjun's image. Can you see this here? But if I write alt to Nupul, is it visible for Nupul? That alt text is visible for Nupul? No, right? Why? Why it is not visible? Because we wrote alt here, but why it is not visible? Because the image link is correct, right? Suppose if I mistakenly remove this link, some part of the link. Now will my alt visible to me now? If I refresh, so now can you see both Nupul image and Arjun image has broken. Understood? So this is the advantage of using this alt, application of using this alt. It will tell which image has been broken. It is like console log for you in your coding alt. Okay. For images only. Understood? You can use wherever you want. So these are attributes, right? So you can use at the starting or you can use at the ending. But the only thing is it should be inside the tags only. You can use wherever you want. You can use at the starting or the ending. The order doesn't matter. You can use wherever you want. So right now we are taking emails from the website, right? For suppose if I want to take emails from a local system, how can I take it? If I want to take emails from local system, how can I take it? So what I'll do is I will save image as, okay. So I will save in the same folder in web 20101 and I'm saving in day one and I'm saving it here. So now can you see image here, Nupul image here? So I'll rename this because it's very large. So I'll keep nupul.jpg. So I clicked on save image as and I saved in the same folder where I'm having my day one folder. Now what can I do? I want to give this Nupul image from my local system. So what can I do for that? So I should write one more image tag. And in SRC, what should I write now? What should I write? I can simply right click on it and copy relative path. Right click on it and copy path or relative path, anything is fine. Copy path and paste it here. So now if I refresh my page, I will get Nupul image. Understood? So just copy the path, relative path or path, and then paste in the SRC instead of copying the image address. Nupul image, I'm giving one image link as wrong link. That's why it is not getting 2 times. Okay, this image link is wrong. Sorry for that. There won't be any comma. There would be the attributes will be separated by a space. You should not keep commas between the attributes. Okay, you should give a space. Any doubts until now? We cover 2 more tags: image tag and input tag. Any doubts in these things? Alt again. So if I'm refreshing my page, so what are the images I have now? What are the images we have? We have only Yogesh image and Nupul image. Suppose by mistake I have deleted some part of the link. So now my link is wrong, right? It is not right. So what is happening in this case? If I refresh my page, so you are getting something like image is broken. Can you see this? Image is broken. It is not real image, right? But are you getting anything like that Yogesh image is broken or Nupul image is broken? Are you getting the information regarding that? No, right? So to get that information, you can provide one more attribute for this that is known as alt. Inside the alt, you can type in the image name, Yogesh. So now if I refresh, so now it will tell Yogesh image has broken. So in this way, you can use this alt application or alt attribute. Cool. Okay. So now let's see one more tag. So I will comment out these images. We can't use URL in alt. You should use only alt only. So now I'm not having anything. So now there is one more thing as list items. So did you ever use this MS Office or MS Docs or Google Docs anytime in your life or schooling? Okay, now Google Docs is famous. Previously MS Office and all those is famous. So did you ever use this bulleted list like this bulleted list? It will give you some bullet points, right? So I will type Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood. So what is this list called here? What is this list called? Is this ordered or unordered? Are you getting any order? Means 1, 2, 3 or unordered? It is unordered list, right? Unordered. Okay. Suppose if I change the same thing to 1, 2, 3. So I'll keep it as 1, 2, 3 now. So is this ordered or unordered now? It is ordered list, right? So now I will try to build the same things using my HTML. Okay. So I'll try to build the same thing using HTML. So what is the first thing we saw? Unordered list, right? With bulleted points, right? Unordered list. So what is the tag name for unordered list? Can you guess it? Unordered list. What is the tag name? So we have something known as UL. So we are telling unordered list. So inside unordered list, how many items we have? We have 3 items, right? Or we have 3 list items. Can you tell list items? Instead of items, can you tell list items? So we have 3 list items. So how many items? Li, Li, Li. So this is unordered list. Inside unordered list, how many lists you have? How many list items you have? 3, right? So I'll give it as Bollywood, Hollywood, and then Hollywood. So now if I refresh my page, can you see the same output as in MS Doc? Can you see the same output? Unordered list. So it is giving me the list in type of unordered fashion. So now to change this unordered list, so what to change it to ordered list? What should I change now? Now I want ordered list, not unordered list. So I want ordered list. I want along with numbers. So what should I do now? So what is the, for this it is UL. For ordered list, what is the syntax or what is the tag name? We can call it as OL, right? So instead of UL, if I write OL, will I get the output? Instead of UL, if I write OL, will I get the output? Now what is this? Ordered list. And how many list items I have inside this ordered list? 3, right? So now I'm getting 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? So when you write UL, it will give you unordered list. When you write OL, it will give you ordered list. Understood? So right now for, if you see this MS Doc or Google Doc, so for ordered list, you have so many types, right? So you can give it in capital ABC. You can also give it in Roman numbers, and you can also give it in ABC kind of thing, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, right? So there are so many possibilities. But in our case, what we are getting? We are getting only 1, 2, 3, right? We are not getting ABC or Roman numbers or small ABCs. So can we achieve this using HTML? For ordered list, I'm telling now. So for achieving this, we have one more attribute known as type. We need to give attribute type to the opening tag of ordered list. Okay. So if I write type is equal to capital A. So now what it is representing? So I'm asking for type is equal to capital A. If I refresh the page, are you getting ABC now? Capital ABC. If I write type is equal to 1, if I refresh, so what I'm getting? 1, 2, 3. So what is the default type? Even if you don't type this type, what is the default type? Default type is 1, right? If I write small a, now what is the output? What will the output I will get? small ABC, right? Okay. Suppose if I write I, now what will I get? What is this I mean? Do you know Roman numbers, everyone? Yeah, I will get Roman numbers now. 1, 2, 3. If I write small I, what will I get? I get small Roman numbers. Understood? So you can change whatever type you want depending upon your application. So what are the various types here? So various types are capital A, capital I, small I, and then default is 1. Understood? So I'm keeping it as 1 right now. It is default 1, 2, 3. If I type is equal to 3, now what will happen? It will not start from 3. It will start from the same thing only. I think there will be some method to start from some numbers. So we need to search documentation for that. So whenever getting stuck in anywhere, CSS or HTML, there is something known as start attribute. So can you see this? So there is something known as start attribute. So if I want to start from 3, I'm writing type 1 and start is equal to 3. So what will happen now? What will happen now? It will start from 3, 3, 4, 5. Can you see this? If I write type is equal to A and start is equal to X. So what will I get now? I'll get XYZ now. Sorry. I'm getting ABC only. I think the start will not work for A. 1 type is equal to 9. Yeah, I think the start won't work for alphabets. It only work for numbers. This is a new thing I saw today only. Why someone asked me out. We never use this, that's why we didn't see anything. So now for unordered list, can you see something? If I keep unordered list, so you also see some symbols here, right? Some square. Can you see some square like this? Some square boxes. So now can you keep type for unordered list also? In the similar fashion, we kept type for ordered list. Can you keep type for unordered list also? So now if I keep type is equal to circle. Okay, I mean something called a circle. If I refresh it, sorry, getting circle kind of thing. If I keep type is equal to square, will I get square? If I keep type is equal to disk. So what is the default property of type now for unordered list? What is the default property of type? It is disk, right? Even if you don't give this disk, it will give the same output. So default property of type is disk, not circle, it is disk. Type is equal to 1 will give you numbers starting from 1. So it will give 1, 2, 3. I already told this. Diamond, you can't get it. You only have 3 types now on ordered list. These are square, circle, and disk. Okay. So we don't get diamonds and all those things. They can do with some CSS, but not needed. Clear, everyone? So now if you see this, can you type nested ordered list also? Can you keep it nested? Can you keep this nested? Suppose if I type, so can you see this nested things, right? Bollywood, 3 idiots. Tell me some names. 2 Okay. So now this is like a nested, what list? Nested unordered list, right? Nested unordered list. So can you also build something like this in nested things? So inside Bollywood, you want this nested, right? Inside this Bollywood, you want the nested movies. So how can you do that? How can you achieve that? How can you achieve that? Anyone? So shall I write inside this UL or shall I inside this LI? Where should I write? I want nested for this Bollywood. So I should write inside this LI, right? Inside this LI, what I want? Unordered list or ordered list? I want something like this. Is unordered, ordered, unordered list. So what should I write? UL. And how many LIs I want inside this again? 3 LIs, right? So 1, 2, 3. So now I will write names here, 3 EDX. And then what's the other name? 2 for 30 and triple R. So now if I refresh, so are you getting it now? Nested unordered list. Can I do the same thing for Hollywood also? Nested unordered list. Can I give UL and can I give LI and Avengers? I'm giving 2 names now. LI, Spider-Man. Now inside Hollywood also, I will get a nested unordered list. Clear? How to keep nested unordered list? So by default, it will become a circle because this is disk, right? So by default, it will become a circle because it is nested. So it will make a difference. So now instead of UL, can I write OL? Can I make a nested list of OL inside a UL? What will happen now? I will get numbers, right? Can you see that? I'm getting 1, 2 now. So you can also make nested ordered list inside unordered list. Clear? There is one more type known as if I don't want any numbers. So I can keep type is equal to none. So what type is equal to none will do? I think it is not working here. Blank or none? It is type none only, I guess. One is a disk, circle, thumbs up sign. There is one more thing, thumbs up sign, I guess. It was recently added, I guess. Yeah, it is none only, but I think it is not working. I think it is not working because of this nested. Suppose if I keep for this UL, I'll keep type is equal to none. Okay, now I will get type is equal to none. Can you see this? Because it is nested, I'm not getting it. But if I keep it for this parent, so for UL not getting any type, can you see this? It is very blank. If you keep disk, it will come disk. If you keep circle, you will get circle. Clear? So you can make how many nested lists you want. Inside this Avengers, and I can also write movie names or hero names. Okay, OL and LI of movie hero names. So you can try these things after the class. So we rarely use these types. So that's why I'm not going deep into this. Cool. So now let's move to the last topic for today's class, that is known as tables. So did you ever see these tables, Excel sheets or anything? So I will write a name, maths, science, and then name Nukul 90 and Pratik 100. So now I want to make this table using HTML. Okay, I'll give some border for this, and for this I'll give some bold text. So now I want to make this table using HTML. So did you guys learn about 2D arrays in today's class? So everyone have an idea of what are rows and what are columns, right? So inside this table, how many rows I have? How many rows I have inside this table? And how many columns I have? Three columns. Okay. So let me draw this. So this is one row, right? One row, second row, and third row. How many columns we have? First column, second column, and third column. So row is generally represented by, in HTML we call it as table row. Okay, table row. In short form, we call it as TR. How many TRs we have now? How many TRs we have in this table? 3 TRs. And generally, we call columns by something known as table divisions. Okay, the short form of this is TD. What is TD? TD represents each column. So how many columns we have now? So we have 3 rows, and each row has how many columns? Each row has 3 columns, right? First row has 3 columns, second row has 3 columns, and third row also has 3 columns. Understood? Table rows are represented by TR and table columns are represented by TD. TD means table division. Now, if you see the first row, is the first row similar to remaining 2 rows, or there is something difference here? If you see the first row, is it similar to remaining columns, or it is something different? Remaining row something different. This is called as heading, right? Can you call this as heading? Can you call this particular row as table heading? Because I'm giving table headings, right? Table heading. And can I call this as table body? This is my table heading, and these 2 rows are my, can I call this as table body? So now tell me, for table heading, how many rows I have? For table heading, how many rows I have? Only 1 row, right? 1 row, and how many columns each row has? 1 row and 3 columns. For table body, it is also known as T body. This is also known as T head. For table body, how many rows I have? 2 rows. And each row has how many columns? 3 columns. Understood this part, everyone? So can you see this table also has something like head and body like HTML, right? HTML also has some head and body. In the similar fashion, table also has some table head and table body. Now let's try to build the same things using our HTML. So if you want a screenshot, you can take this. I am erasing this. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take. Okay. So now let's try to build this. So what is the tag name for table? Can you guess it? Tag name for table. It is there in the name itself. It is known as something like and tables, and the tag name is table. Okay. So generally represent table. We build tables by using this table tag name. So inside this table, what all we have? I told you 2 things. What are those 2 things inside this table? We have table head. We also have table body, right? So inside table, we have both head and a body, similar like HTML. So inside this T head, how many rows I have? Inside this T head, how many rows I have? Rows. 1 row, right? So I can write TR. And inside T body, how many rows I have? 2 rows. So I'm writing TR and then TR. Cool. So now inside T head, for the row which I have, how many columns I have inside this row for T head? 3 columns, right? So can I write TD, 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 3 TDs? And inside my T body, for each row, how many columns I have? Again 3, right? TD, TD, TD. For the second row also, how many columns? 3. So can I copy paste this again? So this is T head. T head has 1 row and 3 columns. T body has 2 rows with 3 columns each. Understood? How I am keeping this as a code. The same thing which we learned earlier. TD is table division or table data. You can call whatever you want. So here, whatever we built in this previous thing. So in this case, we have how many rows here? So this is table head. Table head has 1 row and 3 columns. Table body has 2 rows and 3 columns. So for the table head, for each column, what do we have as a content? For table head, for the first row. So what do we have? We have name. And what is the second thing? Maths. What is the third column? Science. And for each row, what is each column? What does each column has? For the first row, what does we have for the first column? Nupul. And maths marks 100 and science marks 90. And for second row, first column, Pratik, and 100 and 100. So now is our table ready with all the content? Now let's try to refresh this. So can you see you're getting in some type of table format here? Can you see this? But you don't have a border like structure for this table. So how can I get border like structure? So to get border like structure, we need to add one more attribute known as border. So we need to add the attribute in the table tag itself. So the attribute is border equal to 1. 1 represents here the width of the border. So now if I refresh, So can you see the border, something like this? So in tomorrow's class, we will see how to make a single line border. Now it is double line border. In tomorrow's class, we will see how to make single line borders. Okay. If you keep border is equal to 10, you will get more width. Can you see this? This number represents the width of the border. Clear, everyone, about the tables? This is not thread, this is T head. So now if you closely watch one more thing, so is there any difference between heading and remaining things? This is not bolder, right? Even if you write in T head, it is not coming in bolder text, right? So we want this border. So what we can do for that? We want this heading as bolder, something like this, name, maths and science, but you're not getting bolder. So what we can do for that? So there is one more tag name that is known as TH. So instead of TD, you need to keep TH inside the heading. What this TH will represent? That you are writing a heading of your table. If I refresh, can you see bolder text now? Can you see bolder text now? Now if I write TH for maths also, I will get bolder for maths also. Similarly for science. So to differentiate between heading columns and remaining columns, we need to use TH instead of TD, table head. Understood? Instead of TD, you need to use TH to make headings as bolder. Clear, everyone? So now we will do some small assignment, IW assignment. Okay. So you can write whatever code you want. So you need to print a page with heading, your name, and then email, mobile, along with your favorite quote. Okay. So we'll keep one. So you can type along with me if you want, or else you can do it after your class also. Anything is fine. So what is the template for HTML? First we'll have HTML tag. Inside HTML, what will we have? Head. And then we'll have body. Inside head, what are the tags we have? We have title and HTML intro. Inside body, so we need to write something now. So I'll copy this path and I will paste it here. Cool. So now let's do the first thing. So page with heading with your name, email, and mobile number along with your favorite code. So how to get heading in your page? Which tag you need to use? There are so many headings, right? So I can use whatever you want. So I will write H1 tag now. Okay, so H1 tag, and I will write my name. So I'm writing a heading here with my name, and then what all we want? Name, email also. So I'll write email in H2 tag. And I will write mobile number H3 tag. And I will write my favorite quote. So what is your favorite quotes? Anyone? So I'm writing name, email, and mobile number in some tags. Okay. I will stop learning. Think before you ink. Yeah, this one is good. No pain, no gain. This is very apt for you in massage. No pain, no gain. Less pain, less gain. Yeah. So we are done with the first thing. So now create a table with name of your friends, gender and age. So can you create this? You need to create a table with name of your friends, gender and age. So what is the tag name for table? Table. And we want how many rows? We have T head inside this, T head and T body. So inside heading, how many rows I have? So I have want with name of friends, name, gender and age. How many rows I have? One row. So how many columns I have inside this? Three columns. So what is the first column for me? First column is name. Second column is gender. Third column is age. So my T head is ready now. So for T body, how many rows I want? 2 rows, right? So 2 rows, first row and second row. And each row has how many columns? Yeah, you can create how many columns you want. So it is up to you. How many friends you have, you can keep that. So for now, I'm keeping only 2 rows. So I'm keeping 3 columns, TD, 2 TDs, 3 TDs. And I'll copy this and paste it again. Okay. For the first friend, I will keep some name here. Monu. And age, I'm guessing it has 22. Sorry if I'm wrong. And then Rishabh. RISHABH, Rishabh. And 21. Cool. So I wrote these things, and if I refresh my page, I'll get these things. So how to get these borders now for table? So same now again, border equal to 1. So I'll get border again. So my table is done now. So this is H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, P tag, and table. So now page with one image. So you need to open this image and paste it in your page. So what is the tag for pasting, keeping my image? Image, right? So I'll write image. What is the attribute for image to keep my URL? src is equal to paste the image URL. So now I will get this image here, Google. The next one is create a login form with email and password field. Can you do this, everyone? So you need to have a login and a password fields. What is the tag you need to keep here? Input. For email, what is the type? You can keep type is equal to email also. There is something called as email. And what is the type for password? Type for password is password. Yes. So I can build this, right? Login form with email and password. Cool. Okay. So what all we learned in this class, today's class? So first we learned about basics of HTML, and then we learned what are elements in HTML, and we learned what is the structure of HTML, and then what are the various tags we saw. We saw a paragraph tag, and then we saw headings from H1 to H6, right? And then what are the various tags we saw? We saw anchor tag, and then image tag, table tag, and then We saw input tag and we saw list items, list unordered and order list, UL and OL. Okay, so these are all the tags which we saw in our class. So you need to submit the HTML file directly. So you can, so it will be file submission. So you need to submit the entire HTML file, upload the entire HTML file. So in this case, I will submit this v.html in my LMS. Okay. So you need to upload this file. You can choose the file, upload this file, particular file for V session. Similarly for assignments also. Any doubts? This is for today's class. Any other doubts? I can take it up.